Namaste, Jai Bharat. Someone at least must have read Asterix comics because Indian do does so. Basically French. And that's one of the best, brilliant comics I have ever seen. In my childhood, I was so fond of Mandrake, the magician, Lothar, Karma, and all those characters. Then Phantom. And then many comics. We had a lot of comics in our own nation, especially Ananda Payas really took comics to a different level, basing on the culture of Bharat. That's a great thing he did. But those who are reading comics must have, serious people, must have really read Asterix. Asterix, Obelix, the Gauls, the Roman legionaries. There's an expression you come across through many of the comics that some centurion is an army officer, legionary army men, and some centurions, the people call them as nervous illness. See, their names are all ending with in yes, Romans, and the Gauls, their name ends in X. Now, these are all the specialty of the comics, very interesting. Nervous illness. And you have multiple visions of the question of someone who's nervous illness, and the archetype nervous illness that we see today is Shahbaz Sharif. That's why I said all these roundabout stories. The archetype nervous illness we see in Shahbaz Sharif. If you watched him speaking, he knocks down the mics, he moves his hands and head in such a vigorous manner, he'll break everything in front of him, which reminds us of the childhood expression of a bull in the China house, or a bull in the glass house, where you find everything getting broken. That's precisely what Shahbaz Sharif remains. And seriously, when you think, it reminds you of nervous illness in Asterix and Obelix comics. Suddenly this comic here, this nervous illness character started talking about, I'll make Pakistan superpower. My goodness, this is not fantasy, this is something unnameable. He's telling his people that he's going to make Pakistan superpower. Why these people want to think in terms of superpower? None of us in our nation, Bharat, talk about being a superpower. We don't want to be superpower in that sense of the term. People do call it. See, one of my students was asked me once, Sir, why Shankaracharya is not called a Maharshi? He was doing PhD with me, and this question I wanted to ask my PhD supervisor. So I called my PhD supervisor at night, and then I asked him, Sir, one of my PhD student is asking this question, why Shankaracharya is not called a Maharshi Shankaracharya? Don't you think it deserves much more than that? I asked this to my supervisor. He started laughing. 2 minutes he laughed on the phone, and he told me, it's not an examination that you write and get like, you do a dissertation work and they get a doctorate and start calling yourself as doctor. It's not that. The people should call you. People should call you as a Maharshi. And Shankara did not live that long for people to know that there is some great man living here. He passed away much before that. At the age of 32, he just finished his job and went away. And such a job he did tremendous. That's a different story altogether in any case. So, call Shahbaz Sharif, what else you will call him? Nervous illness? And superpower, the concept and question of superpower, you don't speak that you are superpower. You don't say that you are atomic power. People should know it and people should call it. Something like, in our Sanskriti, a person is called Maharshi by the people. Nobody himself is called as Maharshi. People call him as Rishi, Maharshi, whatever. Given his credentials, the people are wise enough to make such statements and judgments. Similarly, why do you keep claiming that I am superpower, or this nervous illness Sharif like person would say that I will make you superpower? What does it mean, superpower? Superpower is something which others should feel that you are. And this concept of superpower doesn't quench the hunger of Pakistani starvers. There are starvers, not Star Wars. Starving people in Pakistan, plenty. They see, that reminds me of Dostoevsky. If you haven't, you have not. Poverty is not a crime. But in Pakistan, poverty is a crime. Because the poor is taken for a ride by everybody, and the gap between Marxian haves and Marxian have-nots is so vast, unbridgeable. Those who don't have nothing. Something like China. Those who don't have nothing, and those who have, they have everything. And the two levels of life in Pakistan, and these lower level people are catering to all needs of the people living in higher level. So nervous illness Shahbaz Sharif is promising his people that I will make you superpower. That name itself or that talk itself is sufficient. They will not feel hungry for 7 days. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.